Hi everybody, welcome back. My name's Claire. I'm really excited. I'm going to do another one of my spiral Dutch pours. So I did this one a couple of weeks ago and was just so happy with it. It just reminded me of a fossil of an ammonite, the swirl. I just loved it. I had quite a few comments to the video once I released it, and several people suggested I did this on a round canvas. So I quite like here the contrast of round with the square, but I'm going to give it a go. So I'm going to do another spiral Dutch pour on a round canvas with a totally new colour scheme, some gorgeous colours. So let me show you what I've chosen. So here are my colours. So I've got 3 Amsterdam colours, greenish blue, white and light rose. I've got De La Rowney purple and then 4 Pebeo Studio acrylics colours. So iridescent blue-green, iridescent silver, green yellow and violet blue. So really sort of pinks and greens, I guess, with a couple of neutral ones. So in my mind, a fab colour scheme. So I'm reusing a canvas. It's a 40 centimetre round. It's got some gesso on it because I've painted on it already. I didn't like the pour, so I've just applied some primer and put the big push pins in the back. Oh, incidentally, a lot of people ask me why I don't tape the back. I do tape the back, but only afterwards. So like if it was, in a big painting, artists they don't cover the edges. So the only way of telling if it's an original painting is to look at the muddy edges of a painting. So in some ways I like to leave them all dirty and muddy like this and then cover them with some picture framing tape, so it looks totally clean and professional on the back, apart from the odd smudge of paint that comes through. But I don't like leaving some tape on the edge and having to take it off, because it leaves such a blunt edge to the edge of the painting. So that's just my way. So let's get started. So I've put the canvas onto a plastic board, and that plastic board is on my cake turntable. I can't put the canvas straight onto the cake stand because the canvas is bigger and it just pushes up on the canvas underneath. Because this is a round canvas, I always find that round canvases go very slack in the middle. So I just sprayed the bottom with water, spread it around, and as it dries, it tightens the canvas. So it's now nice and firm, a bit like a drum. It's really nice and firm. Big difference. My last painting, and incidentally, I'll put the link for the last spiral Dutch pour in the description of this video, so you can find it if you want it. But for that one, I did a base coat of white. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just put the colours on like I did for the other one, but without a base coat, because I had so much paint on the canvas last time, I was ending up blowing quite a lot of it off. So I'm going to do the spirals like I did before, and I'm going to be blowing from the inside out. So there will be some paint that will come off the edges, but I should be just pushing it all around. So I'm just going to do quite random order really. So some Amsterdam greenish blue. And I'm going to try and put this in roughly in the gaps. I need to make sure I have enough on the edge. Right, I've actually got too much paint on there now. I've done the same again. I've overloaded this, but never mind. Right, so to blow this out, I'm just going to stand on a step so I'm a bit higher. I'm going to use my hairdryer. And what I will do is hold the hairdryer roughly still and swirl. Oh, I've done it again. I've positioned my tripod in the wrong place. Actually, if I just bring that, let's check you're still in. Right, so I'm going to hold the hairdryer in roughly the same position, spin the canvas round and just gently slowly move the hairdryer outwards. So it's going to splash everywhere. So let's give it a go. Right, it's beautiful, but there's too much paint on here. Can you see? You probably can't see. It is all moving. Far too much paint. This is just moving in the whole time. Just going to give it a minute, see what happens. Right, I now have a base layer. I'm going to use that as my base. I'm going to add some colours, but not all, back on top. So I'm not going to add any of the darker turquoise because there's quite a bit of that already. What I really like is these two colours, just because they're so beautifully bright. I think I'm going to leave the two turquoises out because there's a lot of turquoise on there. Right, attempt number 2. Right, it's much better because there's less paint. I can still see a ridge of paint here, but it is better. My only criticism now is I feel that that's muddied more in the centre. I like what's going on more around the outside. I wonder if it's just because I'm spinning over itself so much more in the centre. Maybe I need to do less spins. So this bit here, for example, is very blended, whereas I like these bursts of bright colours around the outside. But that's just because I blew over that just the once. Right, I'm going to put some white down. I'm going to put a fair bit of white down, I've decided. And more white. Right, now I might be getting somewhere. There's still quite a bit of paint. There is still quite a bit of movement, but this is my favourite so far by a mile. Let's just leave it. I'm going to leave it for a few minutes to see how this settles. The colours are beautiful. I love that dark turquoise next to the pink and the green. There's much less muddying. What I tried to do was bring the hairdryer out quicker. Let's give it a torch. Much happier with this. I wonder if just less colours are a good idea. Right, much happier. Let me get you in for a close-up. So here it is. Let me start in the centre. It is covered in cells, and the reason for that is because of all the iridescent colours. So can you see there, those cells there, they're green, and they're the green. I think there's some pink in there. So it's the iridescent colours mixed with the non-iridescent colours that create, there's some gold there, that create the cells. There's some of the pink up there, iridescent pink. So if you're wanting cells without silicon, just use some iridescent colours mixed with some non-iridescent colours. And can you see, as I'm going around here, the sparkle and the shimmer here? Look at those cells. Oh, I'm just trying to focus better. Wow, they're so pretty. So shimmery. I am really happy. It's quite pale in some ways. It's quite pastel-y in some ways, which isn't as I intended, but just look at that beautiful spiral. It's just, yes, it's really worked. Right, I will let this dry and then show you. One last thing, look at all these beautiful drips. Can you see them all the way around? So one option is that I could leave them and let them dry like that. What I probably will do, I haven't really got any use for it. I don't really do anything with the skins. So what I'll probably do is actually just scrape all of that up. What's that? Don't know. I will scrape all of that up and I've made a new colour. So I'll be back when this is dry. So it's now dry and I love it, so happy with it. I still think I prefer a square canvas with the round design, but I'm really happy with it. The colours are bright and bold. Let me show you up close because the details are just gorgeous. The overlapping of all the colours, the cells, the flow, there's just so much flow. It's just such a dynamic painting. Really pleased. It's muddied in a few places. That might be because of the base colour coming through. In hindsight, I definitely should have put just a plain base down and then put the colours on top. If I do this, well, I will do this again, one of these style paintings, and I will do that. I'll do a base and then the colours, and then what a sweet little centre. In fact, if I had it this way, I thought it looked a bit like a flame right in the centre. So the best bit, I'll come out in the garden to show you this, is how iridescent it is. I'm hoping with the sunlight on this you can see just how much shimmer there is because it's so pretty. So when it's varnished, that will really pick up the iridescence even more, so it will shimmer really beautifully. So there it is. Actually, I like that way up better. Then it looks more like a wave. So please let me know what you think. Please do leave me comments. Any thoughts you have, I'd love to hear them. Great, thanks so much for watching. Bye.